That he did. This is the moment the U.S. shot down an alleged Chinese spy balloon that entered U.S. airspace. An F-22 fighter jet took down the balloon with one shot Saturday afternoon over the Atlantic Ocean. The balloon was spotted Saturday morning over the Carolinas as it headed towards the Atlantic coast. President Joe Biden gave the green light finally to take it down. The FAA issued a ground stop on all flights departing and arriving to Charleston and Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, as well as Wilmington, North Carolina. Biden's decision comes amid heavy criticism from opponents who say the White House should have taken action sooner.
What we need from our president, whether it's a Republican or a Democrat, is strength. We need deterrence.
China insists the balloon is used for weather research and flew into U.S. airspace by accident.
Newt Gingrich.
Asked during the debate to name the security threats that worry him, Newt Gingrich lays out three scenarios: a weapon of mass destruction in an American city, a cyber attack, and something many have never heard of.
Electromagnetic pulse attack, which would literally destroy the country's capacity to function.
An electromagnetic pulse attack, or EMP. It's been the stuff of fiction on the Fox show 24.
It's an EMP!
But it's also a real threat, experts say, and it likely wouldn't look like that. An EMP attack, they say, is an intense burst of electromagnetic radiation. It can be triggered by detonating a nuclear weapon at high altitude, a weapon that could be launched by a rogue nation or a terrorist group with access to it. Detonated low to the ground, atomic weapons have a devastating physical shock. But detonated miles up in the atmosphere, experts say, the main impact is electrical, energy that doesn't kill people but spreads like lightning, striking any electrical grid or circuitry, feeding into them, burning them out. Whole cities could go dark. Security analyst James Carafano has written about EMP attacks.
In one single event, what could be disabled?
If you had a large-scale EMP event in the United States, everything would be disabled, because even things that weren't knocked out, let's say your car, which might be okay, but the electrical grid's going to be gone. There's going to be no way to do traffic lights. There's going to be no way to land ships. There's no way to get fuel to the gas stations to refuel your car. And if you got them there, the gas pumps wouldn't work.
Think of this fictional attack in the movie Ocean's 11. We demonstrated electromagnetic interference on a much smaller, less threatening scale.
Shalom, Koloyim La Yahweh Shem Yahushai. What's up, Devon? That was a GMS, and honor to you, Akim. Peace and bless you, brothers and sisters. Listen, the hopeful elect. Koloyim La Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And get time to do this video. Everybody must have heard of the whole balloon incident, Chinese balloon that flew from Montana all the way to South Carolina, and he finally downed it, man. And it had a lot of the American populace, those who were paying attention, on the edge, man. Because just did a video on the U.S. generals saying that they see war with China in the next 2 years, and over the whole Taiwan situation. And then now you got this incident right here. Okay, and you had other reports saying that this was not just a balloon to, obviously we all know that. They said, China said, oh, it's just meteorology, or a spy balloon. Because like they said, they have satellites for that. They're saying that that balloon, the rumor was, and the mainstream media didn't want to speak on it, could have delivered an EMP attack, man. Okay, that's why I'm gonna read this article right here. It says, could a Chinese spy balloon be used to deliver an EMP nuclear attack? Okay, because they were saying that. Why didn't you shoot it down immediately? Because Montana, there's hardly anybody in Montana, man. So they talking about we worried about the debris. Man, come on, man. You see, did the American government sell the American people out already? Because we know they in league with China to some degree. A lot of these businesses, a lot of these lands already sold to China. People already said they had dreams of an invasion on American soil, man. Okay. So they were saying that they could deliver an EMP because it's pretty much in that a satellite can't do it because the world, I mean not the world, the Earth's magnetic field will block it out. So the balloons are in the perfect position, I think, 80,000 feet above ground to deliver an EMP attack. And they let it go across pretty much the damn near United States, man, from the west to the east coast. and they saw another one over Latin America. So we know something going down, man. And we've been reporting on, cyber attacks and how you call it, the whole Build Back Better and the carbon footprint, social credit score. We're gonna do videos on that, on the bank runs and the financial collapse. Okay, so we know that either or, cyber attack, EMP, something about to go down through the spirit of Yahweh Shemel Shah. We know that. All right. And we did videos on the whole EMP before, the electric magnetic pulse, the videos on this channel, videos on my old channel on, what would happen, man, if an EMP was to go off. Okay, we did videos on this already, man. Obviously, that we power outages. Okay, you're not gonna have no more cell phones, no more internet. Back to the dark ages. There's gonna be food and water shortages. Obviously, the financial collapse, man. Banks won't be able to process transactions, and neither would your stores. Okay, you see, and society as a whole would collapse, man. Okay, we panicking, looting, home invasions, chaos, lawlessness, man. Scripture talks about that, man. Women being ravished, people getting kidnapped. Okay, a total breakdown in society, man. 911 will be out of commission for cyber attack when a massive EMP attack hit Babylon the Great, man. And we did videos on this before. And Yahweh Shemel Shah been putting the spirit on us to go into these prophecies, man. To go into the MOTB. Because we on the verge of these things happening. Okay? We on the verge. Okay? Don't let this grace go to waste, man. You Israelites out there that's listening, man. Study, show thyself approved. Pray, fast, get ready. Because it's going to be a trying time for all of us. All right? But that being said, let me get the first precept, though. Isaiah 14:10. Okay, because in times like this will be an act of war. It's Isaiah 14:10. It says, all they that shall speak and say unto thee, art thou become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? And who this is going into? It's going into Babylon, man. The king of Babylon. All right. 1 second, Salakia. We read verse 10 again. Isaiah chapter 14, verse 10. Going to Aishah, man. The modern day king of Babylon. All right. Tells you that in verse 4. But let me read, though. It says, this is the proverb of the king of Babylon. Let me read verse 4 and I'm going to jump to verse 10. But thou have taken this proverb against the king of Babylon, and say, have the oppressor ceased, the golden city cease. Okay, this place is going to be broken on in every level. Just mention the things that will happen if an EMP go off or a cyber attack. Verse 10, and these are what the nations are saying. Let me read verse 9. Hell from beneath these moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. It stirred up the dead, which are the other nations, for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. I had to raise them up from their thrones, all the kings of the nations. That's why it tells you Babylon, Revelation 16, shall begin to make war with the kings of the east, man. Okay, Russia, Iran, China, North Korea, these nations. Okay, verse 10, and they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? And that's what they're saying. America looks weak, man. Joe Biden, forget about it. That's a corpse. Kamala Harris is a joker, man. This country looks weak, man. Okay, on every level, man. They promote the feminization of men openly. Like we said, the leadership look weak. When we had the whole Afghanistan situation, they got ran out of Afghanistan. Look bad on a global level. Okay, even Trump was saying if he was a president, Russia would have never went to war with Ukraine. But because the leadership is weak, Biden is weak. He's also a puppet of the Chinese regime. Okay, that these things happen. That's what the nations are saying. Are you weak like us? Because you flying a spy balloon over another sovereign nation. That's war, man. What are you doing? And for y'all to allow that and say, oh, we're not going to take any actions, we're going to wait till water to shoot it down, that's a weak response, man. Okay? So Babylon look weak as hell, man, because America, the Most High is bringing this place down. Okay? But like I was saying, the effects, what would happen if that was, and that's what we got to be on our guard to the Spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahshua. Let me get that 2nd Ezra 6th chapter. 2nd Ezra chapter 6 verse 22. It says, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, and the full storehouses shall be suddenly be found empty, man. This is coming, man. All right. So it says sown places, the farmers, their crops are going to fail, man. Tell you that in Jeremiah the 50th chapter, cut off the soil from Babylon. Storehouses, warehouses, supermarkets going to be found empty. Okay, that black horse, Revelation the 6th chapter, man. You also have what? Hyperinflation. All right. Full house shall be found empty, man. And we've seen that a lot of food processing plants, meat processing plants, egg processing plants, all of them mysteriously burning down, man. Okay. Scripture says, and a trumpet shall be sound, which when every man hear it, they shall be suddenly afraid. Everybody's going to be afraid, man. Okay, because you need food, man. That's something that you need. All right. And at that time shall friends fight against one another because of lack of bread, the lack of food is going to go into it. Like enemies in the earth shall stand still in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountain shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. You're going to have water shortages, man. A lot of power plants, a lot of the plants that, how you call it, for your water, they're going to be out of service, man. A lot of the pumping stations where you flush your toilet, okay, they're going to be out of service as well. No electricity. You need also for these gas, like I said, these plants, they run off electricity, man. So you're not going to have any gas, man. That's the same thing for your cars. Okay? Those stations is run by electricity, man, to pump that gas, man, for your vehicle. That's going to be out of service. And like we said, water, the essential things, water and food, that's going to be out, man. That's why people are going to turn on each other and fight like enemies. All right? See, man. Call him Nayal Bashim Al-Shah, man. Call him Nayal Bashim Al-Shah is going to get crazy on the planet Earth. Let me see. See? So like we're saying, the scripture said water stands still. The plants that purify your water, pumping stations, flush, all that's going to be out of service, man. Out of commission, man. Right? Babylon is going to fall, man. You see? And that's why the Most High, the whole 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter is good. The entire chapter is good, man. But Yahweh Bashim Al-Shah, I'm just read verse 1. Entire chapter is great. It goes into Ezra. So all these things we just mentioned in this video, for our society collapsing and all hell breaking loose. Right? And he even saw the nuclear warfare arrow shot to the ends of the world. Ezra saw all of that, man. And he saw the Son of Man coming. And he said, 2nd Ezra 15:1, woe unto thee, Babylon. But Babylon is America. Right? The most action, the most damage is going to take place here. Right? He mentioned Asia, these Moabites, Ammonites. Right? Unto the Egypt, which Babylon also Egypt, but even you read Psalms 83rd chapter, and you already read 2nd Ezra the 15th chapter. The Most High says he's going to get all these nations for what they did to Zion. And we know the most blood spill for the Israelites was done here. Revelation 18th chapter, scripture says she was drunk off the blood of the saints. That's why he mentioned her first, Babylon, man. And Syria, which we know what the Assyrians. All these nations had us in captivity, man. But our worst captivity was here. So the Most High said, what? Woe unto you, man. Destruction unto you, man. Gird up yourselves with cloths of sack and hair. Bewail your children and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand, man. All right. All right, your destruction is at hand, man. Okay, these are hot topics that's in the air. War with Ukraine, fighting this proxy war. You got talking about we're gonna go to war with China or with Taiwan. Now you got this balloon incident. Wars in the air, man. Destruction is at hand, man. All right, but as many Yahweh Shah, you brothers and sisters, scriptures comfort one another with these words. Yahweh Shah gonna be with us, man. And in fact, I'm gonna get the proof on that. I'm gonna get like 3 precepts. I'm gonna close this out to the power of Yahweh Shah. I just wanted to do this video on this. Get time to do it. Yeah, Isaiah chapter 43, verse 1. It says, "But now, thus saith Yahweh Shah, that created thee, O Jacob, and he that formed thee, O Israel, fear not, for I have redeemed thee. I have called thee by thy name, thou art mine." It's going to the Israelites that have repented, that accepted Yahweh Shah, man. Israel of the Most High. He said, "When thou passest through the waters, I will be with thee." Okay, 2nd Ezra, the 7th chapter. In order to make it to that broad, you have to go through the narrow, and there's dangers on each side. Fire, you get drowned by the water, you get burned by the fire. But he said what? "When thou passest through the waters, I'll be with thee." Okay? Enemies gonna come in as a flood, but Yahweh Shah gonna be with us, man. "And through the rivers, and they shall not overflow thee. When thou walkest through the fire, thou shalt not be burned. Neither shall the flame kindle upon thee," because it's going to be holy hell on the planet Earth, man. But Yahweh Shah is going to keep us in the way, keep us stable, right? Being in these scriptures, man. Right? Like King David talked about what the precepts, man. I get understanding, man. The precepts have preserved my life. Psalms 119 and I think verse 93, man. All right? That's what's going to keep us stable. Because we knew these things were going to happen, because we're the children of light. We're not in darkness. We're not in confusion. All right? Our people, like most of our people, they don't have a clue what's about to happen. They don't have a clue that their life is about to change for the worse. And it's not going to get better. It's not going to bounce back. The glory days of this place is gone, far gone. People should have realized that with C19. Okay? Let me get this Hebrews chapter 4, verse 16. Hebrews 4:16, it says, he says, "Let us therefore come boldly unto the throne of grace, that we may obtain mercy and find grace to help in time of need," man. You're going to need Yahweh Shah, man. That's what I'm talking about, taking advantage of this grace period, man. Right? Crossing your T's, dotting your I's, working on your weaknesses, trimming your lamps. All right, come boldly unto the throne of grace, man. We have grace. Most High gave us grace through Yahweh Shai, man. Gave us a covering, man. Mercy. Right? Through his blood. Okay? And take advantage of it. So what? So the Most High can help you in a time of need. Jacob's trouble, man. We gonna need him, man. You see? And like Nehemiah said, I get many precepts, but I'm going to close it out with this scripture. Nehemiah 13, verse 14. Let me get it. Nehemiah chapter 13. So Nehemiah said, I think it's 14. This is what he said, this quick part right here. He said, "Remember me, O my power, concerning this. Wipe not out my good deeds that I have done for the house of my power, for the offices thereof." You want the Most High to remember you, man. Okay? And wipe not out what? Your good deeds, your good works, the labor that you put in, your work. You can draw into that bank account, man, your spiritual treasures in the time of need, man. Okay, he'll come through for you, man. That's why it's important to do the work and to labor, man. Okay, that's the whole point of this grace period, man. You're gonna be saved by your faith and your works, man, in the darkest time ever. All right. So hopefully this lesson was edifying. like to say Kolim La Yahweh Shem Shah. Shalom.